I'm in the whip, all in the wrist, I never switch, ice in the wrist, car on the wrist, all in the wrist, watch how I flip, watch how I whip, I'm in the whip, all in the wrist, I never switch.
Coach, some might say it's cold. Others, like myself and my partner, we say this is football weather as we welcome you to chilly M&T Bank Stadium near the Inner Harbor in Baltimore. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Cleveland Browns and the Baltimore Ravens. It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. First carry now for Jordan Howard. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play. It's second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Check your backer, check your backer. Go, go. Check forward, check forward. Check your hot read. Go, go.
Now Jackson. They'll roll him out right. They'll try and run it. Space to maneuver at the 40. As they finally wrangle him in at the 48. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
Partner, it's often the man coverage is easier for a quarterback to run against. You get your receivers going downfield. Those guys are staying with them, and oftentimes they have their back to the quarterback, which opens up a lot of space and room, and they don't even know that he's taken off with it. What a big-time pickup on that play.
The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Mike check 33. 33. It's just me and you. It's just me and you. He's coming. Double up, double up.
Now on 2nd and 13. Jackson nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Leonard Floyd in there for the sack, and he's closing in on the all-time record. That's number 19 on the year.
You got top five. You got top five. You got tight right there. Out, 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 out. Switch gears. Check 31. Check 31. That's it. Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship. Oh!
There's Jackson on 3rd and long. And the pressure gets to him again. Leonard Floyd, it's his 20th sack of the season as he continues what could be a record-setting campaign. So on 4th down, they bring on the Michigan man, Matt Wild, to kick it away. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. It's a 47-yard punt, return of 6. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. A gain of 3, second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's got a good gain of 7 up to the 37.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. It's a first down following a gain of 3.
Well, that was big right there, because they're in the bottom 5 in the league in converting on third down. They needed that pickup in a big way.
There were 2 things they said they wanted to win in this game. One, the turnover battle, and the second, third down conversions. So they got one there. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. That burst good for 20 and a first down. That's his longest run of the first quarter. And, Charles, we talked before the game about them needing to establish the run game. They'll be looking for more of that.
And they got to the perimeter. So that tells me that that's part of the game plan of what they want to get done today. So they'll have some complimentary runs where he'll run it to the inside. But it appears that when they want the big yardage, they think they can get to the outside and make it happen.
At the Ravens' 41-yard line.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. 18 Gator. Tight right. Hey, 4 down.
On the ground with Bryce Love, the former Stanford Cardinal. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
Nice play, man, nice play.
And it's 3rd down.
No score after 1 on EA Sports.
No score.
Here we go. 8-3. We're championship, baby. Go.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And this is caught at the 8. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. In for the score, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future. As they look ahead to the offseason, what spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. He needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers, because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Second and 11 at the 23-yard line.
Let's go. Pittsburgh. Hey, eat. Better bring it. Let's box. Right now, you better bring it. Check 15. Check. Alert flare. Look at that. Check hot route. Hot. Where'd it go?
Here's Jackson. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
Mike 5-5, Mike 55, Mike. So we got man. No. Off.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Now a play fake here on first down. Flushed out right. And he's got the hook up to Landry. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. This is caught, and he's brought down. He had the touchdown on the opening drive. Now he's got a first down. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he takes this one in for a Brown score. A great play there. Touchdown number 18 on the year. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Extra point splits the uprights. And that'll make the score 14-0. Joseph now to kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. And all deep in his own territory. He coughs up the football. And this is picked up by the Browns. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for a Browns TD.
Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strike ability as we saw on that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses because they're back on their heels right away, wondering where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them. This group is well organized, well coached, and extremely confident in what they do.
Point after, right down the middle, and it's now 21-0. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Jackson. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. A good play there as the Browns strike for 16 and a first down.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Being chased out left. Incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. And he comes back with one complete. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 35. He's a reigning AFC Offensive Player of the Week, and defensively they have to find an answer for him.
And that's what you would do if you were calling plays, right?
Yeah,
you'd make sure that he gets targeted. But the thing about it is the route running. That's what makes him so dangerous, is because no matter what is presented defensively, he runs his route with such skill that he's able to go up and get the football first in each and every situation.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked out before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. This defense could use a few more plays like that right now.
It certainly could, but think about it from an offense's perspective right now. They've got a lead, but they don't want to throttle down too much and stall themselves. Still want to move at a nice pace.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, Love. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is 3rd down. He'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Well, he's going to go for it all. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. Fourth down, and on is Greg Joseph for the Browns field goal. On the left hash, this from 48 yards. And this one is right down the middle. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
Joseph now to kick this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just...
And now look at him go. The 40, 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. A big play there. 79 yards as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Joseph now to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you see? And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Sione Takitaki. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. On second down, Kamara. And that closed up quickly there as he gets it up only to about the 17. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a third down and long.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
Rush in, rush in, rush in. Check 43. Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up. Joker, check.
Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Browns. And his guys will take over at the 14-yard line in the red zone. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. Didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
This will be caught just inside the 10. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. A 14-yard touchdown. And the Browns take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead will swell by one more. Joseph now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Good work.
And Andrews lost the football. And this is picked up by the Browns. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last two, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12. It's been an excellent day for him running the football, no doubt, as he continues to soar well past 100 yards.
Yeah, it almost feels like he can just grab his briefcase and head home after putting in a full day's work at the office, doesn't it?
Forced out to his, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Watch it. 57. Mike, 57. Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball. Ready.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Rolling to his right. And he's got this one complete to Callaway. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. And they're able to convert on third with a solid gain of 23.
Let's go now, let's go now, let's go now. 70 Indy. Flat.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked out by Marlon Humphrey. And not much on the return there. He'll take it only up to the 9-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
Check nickel.
Play action. It's Jackson. And he's going to be taken down. Sacked back at the 2. Sione Takitaki able to record his 5th sack of the season.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Jackson on third and long from his end zone. And they're going to sack him again. The 5th time they've gotten him today, and this one results in a safety. And the safety there, another mistake, and these mistakes just keep piling up.
How many more can they make? They put themselves in such a massive hole now. It's going to be difficult to dig out from under.
Yeah, for sure they can't afford anymore at this point. After the safety, remember, they also need to give up the football, and here's the free kick. So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
Ready. 66. Blow it high. Check.
Now a handoff looking right. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
Let's get it.
38-yard line.
Alert 3.
General, West.
And to give this time to the tailback. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Set the tone, defense.
Now they'll run it on the taunts. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. He's had his eyes on 7,000 career rushing yards, and with that last effort, he has hit that mark. What a career.
And that is the number to focus in on, because oftentimes we talk about where do they rank all time. We're not there yet. He's not knocking on the top 10 or the top 20, but over 7,000 yards in a career, fantastic.
Okay,
And that's going to do it. Clock hits zeros. They're not going to get another playoff. Time has run out on this third quarter. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. 2nd and 3. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's got this down to the 35. A good play there as the Browns strike for 16 and a first down. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
Now a throw here going to be taken in by the tight end Njoku. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17.
Here we go. Set. 90. Wolf. Charlie. Set. Go.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Call it a 3-yard gain, and it's a second down.
Set. 60 Pittsburgh.
Man left, man left. Even. 4 down. Even. Big edge.
Ready.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. A great effort there. With touchdown number 20 on the year as his guys continue to pour it on. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Set, ready. 18 Gator. Hey, defense, let's go. Slam. Check. Watch twist.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Jackson. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off around the 37. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
SOS.
Go. Let's go.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's going to take a shot right away. And, it'll be intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Now they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Greedy Williams picks it off.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Here we go. 18 Gator.
Let's go heavy.
And go.
Now they try the right side here. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And finally taken down at the 15. That one 28 yards on the ground.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. He was looking to get it to Jarvis Landry that time. And it's second down. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple.
And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
There's no doubt in my mind.
And do you hear that? Do you hear the...
It's not scales, right? I don't hear scales. Do I actually hear a tune being warbled?
I think the fat lady's humming.
Yeah, she's doing more than humming. She's belting it out right now.
She's full bore.
Yeah, this thing is flat out finished.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that will extend this big lead. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go. Let's go.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And last time, one play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Kill, kill, kill.
Out of the gun, this is Howard. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. So first and 10 now from the 30.
Under 10, under 10, 10.
First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
On first, they go right back to Howard. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
10 yards on the pickup.
Switch.
39-yard line.
On second down now, it's Howard. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
2 first downs have them up to the 41 now for first and 10.
It's our time. Check 24, check 24.
49, check 49, check 49.
And now he'll tuck it and run. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be second down.
Jamal Adams there on the tackle. A gain of a yard. Brings up second and 9 at the 42-yard line.
Hey, go. Watch 24.
Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a third down.
Brings up third down and 9.
Trump. Right, set 33. Here we go, D, get off the field. Watch safety creeping.
One last shot for Jackson. He's going to let it fly. It's caught inside the 25. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts. They set the goal beginning of the year, hey, let's win 7 games. Unfortunately, with this loss, they can't do it.
So now to be interesting to see how they respond as a team, because sometimes when you set goals, if you don't achieve them,